G'day everyone, Goober here with an intro to a video that I made yesterday. This weapon is probably one of the godliest weapons that I've ever crafted in the game, period. It has 4 pure tier 0 affixes, a tier 1 that the tier 0 does literally nothing for the build, and a really decent Dreamcraft. I tried to put on the 140 to 350% mark effect. However, you only have 3 attempts, and I failed to get any of the 3 attempts to replace the 3rd affix. So I just went with a base level tier 3, and the downside was downgrade it to by 2 tiers. However, this effect has no tiers. I think it's tier 2, tier 1, tier 0. So this is the lowest effect that it could have had. So it doesn't matter what tier that is, because it's 90 to 120% or 140 to 350% for the Deep Dream, which I failed 3 times. So anyway, I'll leave it here. You can watch the video if you like, or thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. It doesn't even have, I didn't even search for crit damage. It's just got this. That's kind of garbage, and that's 4,700. Well, this one, it's not too bad, but it's 19,500 flame elementium. Pretty crazy. This one is garbage, but it's, I mean, 6,000, really? This one's not bad. 10% damage increase, 26,000 flame elementium. Oh, 38% damage increase on that one. Shame that's so low. Downgrade the number 6 affix by 1 tier, so that was a pretty bad 3rd craft. So tier 2. Wow. 38% damage increase seems a bit much. And finally, yeah, all these are really nice, but these 2 are just wasted garbage. So anyway, I think that is probably out of my range. However, my weapons are kind of average. Like this weapon was a failed craft, basically. This one is okay-ish. I mean, that minion crit strike damage is really nice. But I think I'll craft a new Bard's Wand. I did craft a 2-handed hammer, which is quite okay. It's okay. It's not great. That could be a lot better. Decisions. No matter what I do, is just going to delete a lot of currency. Alrighty, so I've bought 4 bases here. They range from 15 FE to from 15 to about 180 FE. So this one I thought was interesting because it already has 5 nodes, so I don't actually have to add anything to it. I can just upgrade what's already there. So we can just upgrade that automatically. This is also tier 1, so minion crit strike rating, minion crit strike damage is really good. I definitely want these 2 at tier 0 though, so let's just see if there's bricks. It's not bricked. Oh, it is bricked. Okay. So that's unfortunate. This wouldn't be so bad if it removed that, but it didn't. It just double bricked immediately. Alright, that's one weapon down. We'll go for the next one. This one has spell skill and double damage, so I want both of those at... well, this isn't bad actually. So I definitely want this at 1, this at 1. I want this at 1 as well. This goes to 1. Yep. Alright, cool. And then we just want this at 0. And then we want double damage at 0. Sweet. So we got minion damage, spell skill, and double damage. That's a pretty good crafting base. I might see if the others upgrade as well. So this one, we just want, we want those two at tier 0s. We want tier 0 double damage as well. So we'll be looking for minion damage or crit strike rating or something like that as our third affix. That was minion crit strike damage. I should have taken it. Elemental. Crit strike rating. Crit strike rating. It's a tier 5. I don't know if 160 is enough. I guess we'll see. It is enough. Cool. That's not enough to get up to tier 1, so we'll just try and upgrade this now. And that's bricked already. So that's another base down. This one is also another 5. However, I don't want any of those. Crit strike rating maybe. However, that's one that I don't really care about. That's perfect. So we'll just upgrade this. And there... Oh, that's not perfect. I want that as a tier 0. We'll see what happens. It might be... Nah, it's bricked anyway. Alright, so we got 1 out of 4. Unfortunate. So we'll just destroy these other ones that didn't work out. So we're left with 1 weapon here. So this one is going to replace this one here. So it needs minion skill level at 3. And then it needs crit strike damage and crit strike rating. So we need minion skill level, crit rating, and damage. So hopefully we can get a tier 0, then a tier 1, and then I don't care what that rolls, honestly. There you go, tier 0, tier 5, tier 6. Tier 1 is okay if this is tier 1 or above. Tier 0 again, crit strike damage, tier 5. So we've got 16,000 flame elementium now. Let's see how much it takes. Alrighty, we're down 1,000 flame elementium so far. The best we've had is like a tier 1 and a tier 4, or tier 1, tier 2. If this is a tier 1, it's a tier 3. I don't think that's good enough. That needs to definitely be higher. 3,230, 3,1, 3,230, 3,230. 3,234 is pretty good. Max crit strike damage. And 117. See how that compares up against what I've got. So it's 11% damage increase over this, which is pretty sweet. It's a shame I've gone tier 0 minion damage there and not tier 0 double damage over there. I need to fix up the energy, but I don't think I have any energy cores left. I think I sold them all. Anything around 60 would be nice. Bum bum bum, bada bum. Should have taken the 55. I probably don't even need the energy, to be honest. 55 again. 55 again. Alright, we'll take the 55. So that's 11% damage, or 10% damage increase apparently. Over this, which was a failed item, really. It's still, I still wish it was at least 3 tier 1s. But it's not. This one over here, we've got a tier 0 and a tier 1, so can't really be that disappointed in that. I'm tempted to craft a two-hander just to see if I can get it in 1,000 or 2 flame elementium. Trolled on the very last roll. All I needed was, you know, some room to upgrade this. But anyway, that's 3 additional that bricked. This one bricked just with flame sand. This one bricked after the first ultimate ember. This one bricked after the second, which is annoying. So that's 3 more bricked items. Let's make sure that's locked, yep. Let's get a couple more two-handers. So we got minion skill. Double damage, that's good because we want both of those at tier 0. That one's good as well. So we're already down to 14,000. So we've used 2.5k FE so far doing this. Minion crit strike damage. Be nice if that was just crit strike damage. And a tier 1. That's just frustrating. I'm not going with minion crit strike damage because of the... did it again. Trolled. Because I have the Warden's Breastpin. So if I just have standard crit strike damage, then Warden's applies the extra 40% to it. There we go, crit strike damage. So we just have to upgrade that to tier 1, this to tier 0. We're still good, and we're good. Alright, so we've got a pretty decent base here. 2 tier 0s, a tier 1 crit strike damage. Now we want to put on double damage. Focus strike. So we want focus strike to be a tier 1. We want double damage to be a tier 0, and then we want minion damage or minion life in the last slot here. Considering we need a tier 1, this only has tier 1 and tier 0. And then we need minion double damage. at tier 0. It's a bit of a big ask. And it takes 8 FE per reforge. So we'll see how much this takes, eh? We got 13,900. I'm wondering if I'll even hit this. I'm trying to hit a 1.75% chance at tier 0. And then I'm trying to hit a 1.75% chance for Focus Strike. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. I've hit tier 0 double damage a number of times. I'm almost tempted to do it this way, then Dreamcraft on the tier 0 the other way. However, I'll need a tier 1, a tier 2, and then a tier 1. Whether I'll get that lucky, I doubt it. Okay, tier 2, and then for the last prefix of minion skill damage, minion damage. A tier 1 or a tier 0 would be nice. Tier 3. The idea behind this is then I could get 6, 37. Alright, so that's pretty much max roll almost everything. Right? And then we can go to Dream Lady. Then slap it in here. Then hope for... Of course, it's going to be the last one. When the number 6 affix is lower than tier 1, upgrade it by 2 tiers. What I was hoping to hit was a tier 1 Focus Strike, because if that goes down, it can't go down lower than tier 1, and Focus Strike is what you want. The skill area we don't care about. And then you get tier 0 minion damage, and then you replace the minion damage here with 120% mark effect. That would be incredibly good. However, we'll just do this and see if we can replace the number 6 with something. Oh, here we go. Now, if this hits and then it downgrades the number 5 affix, then we're golden. Nah, let's see. Makes that horrible, but makes that a 4 tier 0. I wonder if it'd even be more damage than what I've got. 25% damage loss over what I've got. Righty, let's do a damage test. So I'm in my DPS pack spirits. Now the way that you can do a damage test is you need a way of dealing 0 damage. So in my instance, I cannot deal elemental damage. So Thunder Spirit works well for me. Then you just talk to the dude there, start recounting, and then we want to go for... actually, I think I was in a horrible spot. There we go. Let's do it from here. So you just want to do it for about 30 seconds. gives you a really good average damage over that period of time. Then when it hits 30, you just remove your main damage source and let the Thunder Spirit keep the dummy active. Now we just need to make sure we stop when the average DPS in span of time goes down. Hopefully it's over 60 seconds. It is good. So we're dealing at least 1 trillion DPS. There we go. So it's just gone down in 65 seconds. Now there's a spreadsheet, which is simple enough. So total damage abuse duration, I don't know why it's called that, but it was 65 seconds, which is the total duration. Average DPS time was 30 seconds, and it stopped at 497. So I'm dealing 1.076 trillion DPS, which is not too bad. So 1.076 trillion. 1,000 million billion trillion. Yep. So that is with my 2 wands. Now we want to switch to the 2-hander that we just made. Make sure those are still active. Yep. All my auras are still good to go. Put Machine Guard back in. Let them build up a little bit. Stop recount. Start recount. Alright, we'll do it for 30 seconds again. That got up to 500 billion really quickly, so maybe this weapon is better. Hopefully. Feels a little bit laggy. We'll do it for 30 seconds again, and then as long as it beats, 65 seconds, then we know it's more damage. So 30 seconds again, remove that. We'll let the dummy just stay active. And we see how long it lasts for. Then we'll make sure we stop it when that changes. Should be in a few seconds, 10 seconds. If you keep damaging, then your average damage is just a waste because you're still damaging. 5 seconds. Oh, it's the same. It's the same damage. That's disappointing. So this weapon is equal to these 2 wands. I dare say the double damage chance. So I've got a 100% chance to deal double damage with the 2-hander. Okay, I've got a 100% chance with this as well. That's 55%. And that's 71%. So maybe I didn't need a tier 0 minion double damage. Oh, I forgot I had this. I got this guy recently. And he gives an additional 14% double damage. So let's do this test again, but in drop spirits. So now with my wands, I have 95% double damage. So it's only 5%, but I don't know if that's going to make any difference at all. Am I missing something? Yes. Alright, let's just do it to 20 seconds. It's not as much damage, so... Oh. Alright. I'm not even going to need to do 20 seconds because I'm sitting at 400 billion. Let's just do that again to make sure that it stays around 400 billion. No, it's going... Well, yeah. So it's... Over 20 seconds, it's struggling to stay at 500 billion. Just remove this to make sure that it's about to go down. Yep. So practically 500 billion DPS there. Put this one in. Make sure our auras are still active. Yep. Put this back in. So this is over 500 billion, it seems. It's staying pretty active. I'll do it for 20 seconds. Oh, no. So it's pretty much 500 billion as well. So they are practically equal, which is a shame, honestly. That I just spent all that FE and I got practically nowhere. I might just stick to wands. I don't think I have the patience to get even a tier 1 something there. Tier 1. I could go tier 1. I really wish there was a roll until. If I could just press a button and it would keep re-rolling and just melt my flame elementium until it gave me a tier 1, that would be much more thrilling than doing this, because even this I've got like 800 more clicks. Yay. How's that for a friggin' roll? I've noticed a flaw in the other plan, so hopefully I can get a base that doesn't just brick constantly. One would hope. I'll show you why I'm foregoing this other base first. So this is the base, right? We wanted focus strike and double damage. I'm disappointed that it took me so long to notice this, but focus strike has a 1.16% chance to get tier 1. Now we only really need a tier 1 minion double damage. So to get a tier 1 or a tier 0 is a 5.25% chance. So I've been rolling for a 1.75% chance instead of a 5% chance. So I'm going to get another base that has focus strike on it because that is a ridiculously low chance. And even if I have to put, say, minion skill level is still a 5.25% chance at tier 1. So, yeah. So now I just need a new base. Shame it took me 6 or 8,000 flame elementium to figure out something so basic, but it did. Alrighty, so we've got another base already. This is a pretty long-winded video, but well, if you're still watching, good on you. So now we need active skill level and double damage. Active skill tier 0, I guess. Double damage tier 1. The question is, do I settle for tier 1, tier 1? I kind of want tier 0, tier 1, especially since we've just gone through 8 trillion friggin'... yeah. Tier 0, tier 1. This has to have at least 3 tier 0s on it, just out of pure spite. Or I'll have no FE left. One or the other. Wow. 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 Alrighty. So, at this point, we've crafted on tier 0 double damage, tier 0 active skill. I think that double damage can probably go higher. I'll see if that gets us to 100%. It should do. And then we've got a tier 2 minion damage here. So our choices for Dreamcrafting is Confusing Dream. We can go with 90 to 120% mark effect. However, if we do the big balls gamba, we can replace it with up to 350% mark effect, and the minimum is 140%. So that's better than the standard Dream anyway. And the Traveler's Glance, which guarantees this effect, is cheap as hell. So this is basically just 130 FE per attempt. You have 3 attempts, which is your reliability on the item. So I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to chicken out, and I'm going to go to the other one. What we want to hit is replace the 3rd affix with mark effect and a downgrade to focus strike. This will give us an absolutely godly item, and it'll be worth the 17,000 flame elementium that it took to get here. Attempt number 1. It's replacing number 2 and needed to replace number 3. That's a shame, and that's a huge 337% is huge as well, which is a shame. Upgrades the affixes next to the number 1 affix by 3 tiers. That's crazy as well. But anyway, we don't want that. So that's going to consume a readability. We'll have one more attempt at that. It is the number 5 affix with 160%. So unfortunate that we didn't get it. However, now we can just go down to the cheaper version and hope to get... it's just a lot more spamming to get what we want. I won't bore you with this because this is incredibly boring. Replace the number 6 is not what we want. Alright, I don't have all night. It's actually really late. It's 9:30 already. So I settled on that. Did you see that? I settled on an item that may be considered pretty decent anyway. I didn't need the knockback for the weapon. So I've settled on this item here, which is pretty reasonably good. Oh no, I just noticed that it's downgraded those two. Damn it. I was about to gloat, but that's +5/+5, not +6/+6. Alrighty, let's do a damage test on this, and then I'm going to have to call it a night, unfortunately. I don't lose any spell skill levels, so that's a bonus. There is an extra, bit of minion damage there. Bit more minion double damage. I do lose minion crit strike rating, which hurts a bit. But let's do a quick deeps check. We need these. The other one doesn't matter. Change this for this. Activate it. Good to go. It was sitting around 500 billies before. So let's just reset that. See if it pops below 500 billion with the at the 30-second mark, which is what it did with the wands and stuff. Remembering this is in drop spirits. If it doesn't drop below, then I'll just take off my... Looks like we're good. 30 seconds, remove this. Let Thunder Spirit keep going. Okay, so I was just over 500 billion. Anyway, it's pretty good, honestly. Let's put that back on. It can improve, and it can improve through some Dreamcraft, which is very cheap. I can either hit max rolls and just settle for a tier 2 minion damage, or I can get this again and have +6/+6, which would be even better. We're currently on 1,389% crit damage, which is insane. Where's the double damage? Oh, it's right there, 100%. Only a 76% crit strike chance, which is a shame. Shame. But anyway, that's the weapon that I ended up with. I did craft a one-hander as well. Was it this one? It wasn't that one, was it? Was it this one? Nah, it was this one. So I crafted this, and I crafted the one that I have on. Overall, is it a success? Is it not a success? Who can say? It was expensive though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.